Felt when you're walking home at night, someone looking at you, but you can't see them? Well, I felt like there were a lot of people looking at me. I couldn't see them surrounding me. I could feel the evil and the encroaching darkness moving towards me, and I was getting frightened. A voice yelled out and screamed in a very guttural voice to my right and said, "Shut up!" I said, "Nothing." Sorry, because I don't want to scare you. I went up and lifted my hand up. I pulled back, and a voice over to my left said, "You deserve to be here." I went, "Deserve to be where?" And the voice in front of me said, "You're in hell. Now shut up." Well, I just got told, didn't I? Many people say, "I don't believe in that place." Well, it's too late when you find yourself in it. I stood there. If I had physical arms, it would have gone like that. I thought quickly to myself, I thought I had prayed in the ambulance. The moment that thought was going through my mind, a brilliant light shone through the darkness directly onto my face. As I looked at it, I was immediately translated out of this darkness and up into this most glorious light. This is where it gets good. But I'll tell you what, that's put the wind up me and the fear of God in me for eternity. That short touch with a pit of darkness. As I was being brought up in this incredibly radiant light, I could see to the right and to the left the darkness fading off as the light seemed to emanate off, and as I stared up, I felt like I was a speck of dust being drawn up into an incredible, intensely radiant light, almost like the intensity of laser. As I moved up, I could see a huge opening appearing before me, and I was being drawn up into it. As I moved into this opening, I looked down the length of this long tunnel, and I could see the source of the light. As I looked down the length of this tunnel, a brilliant wave of light broke off the end and moved up the tunnel as if to greet me. As this wave moved along the tunnel towards me, it touched me, passed into me, and an incredible sensation of warmth and comfort flooded my spirit. Not any fear or darkness seemed to be literally passed from me and pushed back into the darkness from behind me. As I passed through that light, I thought, that light's living. It's not just physical, it is giving off a living emotion. As I continued to look along the length of the tunnel, another wave of light broke off in thicker intensity and moved up the tunnel towards me. I thought, I wonder what this is. As it moved towards me, it touched me, passed into me, and I felt the most incredible sensation of peace flood through my entire being. I could feel a living, liquid peace flow through me. I went, man, that feels good. I have searched for peace of mind in education, in sport, in travel. How many have sought peace of mind? Some kind of peace. Pure peace flooded through me and remained in me. I thought, man, maybe in this light I can see what I look like as I pass through it. In the darkness I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. Maybe I can see what I look like in the light. And I turned my head to the right and saw a near transparent arm of light. It was a human form, but it was like a spirit form. Again, words do not do justice to it, but you could see straight through it. I thought, I don't want to stop here. I want to go to the end and see more. My eyes were literally seeing the opening getting bigger, and I was being drawn towards it. It looked like a mountain of the most spectacular diamonds in the world, radiating out all the facets of the splendorous light off it. And I was looking straight into it. I thought, man, what's this going to be? Another wave of light broke off and moved up. This time I had the sensation of pure joy and incredible excitement welled up in my heart. And as a New Zealander would say, I was amped up to the max. I was cranking on it. I mean, every part of me was literally about to go over the top. I was literally firing. As every part of me was had an expectation that what I was going to see next would be the most awesome thing a man could possibly see. And I mean, I had it going on inside. I'm going, yes! And I came out of this tunnel and stopped And where I'd been restricted in my view by the shape of the tunnel, now I came out into unrestricted view of this light. This light emanated from a central source or pivotal point out to the extremity of my vision. Radiant light and power and incredible beauty seemed to emanate to my right, to my left, above me. I'm standing and it looks like you've come to the hub of the entire universe, like the center of all the constellations, the focal point of life and light and power was seeming before me. As I stood there, the center seemed brighter and more radiant than the outer extremities. And I thought to myself, could there possibly be a person standing inside the center of this light surrounded by this radiance? Or is this just an innate power, an impersonal force of good in the universe, and I have just come into the presence of it? You know, the yin and yang, or Eastern mysticism teaching, that this is just a force, not a person. As I stood there thinking in my heart that question, a voice responded from within the center and said, "Ian, do you wish to return?" I thought, return? Where am I? I looked back. Behind me was a tunnel going back into darkness. I thought to myself, darkness? Hospital bed, body. Am I out of my physical form and this is real? I quickly looked back. Everything seemed to be real. It seemed as though this could be reality. I looked back and said, I do not know where I am. If I am out of my physical form, I wish to return. The voice then spoke to me and said, Ian, if you wish to return, you must see in a new light. I thought, light, light. You're the light. If you're the light, you might be God. Words appeared. God is light, and in him there is no darkness at all. God is light, and in him there is no darkness at all. As I read these words, I realized that directly behind that light and in the center must be standing Almighty God. When I thought that, I thought, if that's God, what am I doing here? Someone's made a mistake. I should crawl out of here quickly. I should get under some rock or crawl back into the darkness where I belong. I started edging back from his presence. How many would wonder if someone had made a mistake if you were taken up into the presence of God tonight? You know, you can put a mask or a masquerade up before people. Well, I'll tell you what, in his presence, you're undone. He knew my name. My thought was a speech to him. And I knew his radiant light could search the most inner secrets of my heart. And I knew that if he could see me in that light, he would know the good and the evil that I committed. And I did not feel very worthy and very holy or very pure to stand in his presence that night. I felt ashamed and I felt like I needed to pull back from his presence. As I pulled back from his presence, waves of light broke off his source and moved towards me. As the first wave moved, my hand I could feel a tingling sensation as a power moved through me, went down to the depth of my heart, and I felt pure love touch me. What was that? Another wave came. God, you can't love me. Another wave came. I said, God, I've cursed you. Another wave came. I said, God, I've done so many things wrong. Another wave. Another wave. Another wave. I started to tell God every single sin that I knew I'd done that was wrong. And as I said that, his unconditional acceptance flooded into me. I said, God, I feel disgusted. More love. You realize I'd just prayed. More love started flooding in. I knew what lust was, knew what sensuality was, but I tell you what, this was pure love, no strings attached. in the presence of this light.